Alright guys, welcome to issue 6 of the WompRantz. As usual, you already should know us by now, but we've got a new member.
Jessie.
Yeah.
Token.
She's our token today.
and
She's our
the
token
fan
for this
service.
week.
Yeah.
So to start off with, we're going to
Zane's on
talk
here.
about. Well, let's talk about. Should we just talk about the cancellation of some of the Marvel stuff on Netflix? Does any of you know this stuff?
Yeah.
So, as you know, every show except for right now, Punisher and Jesse Jones is being cancelled, and they will eventually be cancelled.
What do you think about that, Jess?
I was
And
oh
I
my god, that was so
Right into the
fairly appropriate.
That was super aggressive. I wasn't watching any of them.
You don't care.
Even your own name
None of
show.
them.
Not even
Yeah,
Jesse
I
Jones.
wasn't watching. I was watching Jesse Jones. Wasn't watching.
Is that why?
Iron Fist.
Because it was called Jessica Jones.
Oh my god.
To be
Welcome
fair,
back.
I feel the same sometimes. I don't watch stuff I'm in as well at times.
What?
The Punisher was
Like
really
what?
good.
And Daredevil was very, very
I think
And
your
Jessica
shows are
Jones-
not
Wait,
in
I followed
Netflix, they're
Daredevil
in the
for a
other
while.
side. Just,
good. Something the dark Netflix.
the dark Netflix.
The one with the
Duck
black,
The dark
written in black.
Yeah, wait, what? So you're saying you didn't watch Daredevil,
Haven't seen the new
Punisher?
Punisher's,
No, wait, Punisher is still on. but
Punisher is
still.
so good.
I haven't watched any of them.
Why?
Wait, you
Because
haven't
I
either?
am a boy.
Because I'm a boy.
Care to explain?
I knew. I don't know. I haven't watched. I don't have
Are
a
you
legend.
saying Daredevil is effeminate?
What?
What?
Oh, big words there.
Okay, just checked off that list of vocabulary to use today.
Vocabulary has been used.
I don't know how to watch them.
You just
mean you don't
watch
have to
season
watch
1, you start watching, and then you go to the next episode.
I suggest
like
starting at
to-
episode 1, though. That's up to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
really.
That-
No,
that's how it
like-
works well.
I don't know.
Okay, let's start there. Are there any of these heroes that you love?
Honestly,
Mm.
I don't think so.
Okay, then don't bother. Literally, if you have no interest, I'd say
Yeah,
don't
No,
bother.
I'd want to watch
Mm-hmm.
because of the cartoons, not
Yeah.
because I'm really following. And then this
Yeah.
whole, Iron Fist was boring. So can I watch Iron Fist first because I don't know about these others yet?
No, Iron
so
Fist was trash. Say that.
yeah, but
I watched
if I
that
haven't
and
seen the others,
Just watch. Just
I can watch
watch.
Iron Fist as trash, and I'll be like, no.
I'll be
what?
honest, at least you should watch
Watch-
something like Daredevil.
Watch Daredevil
Okay,
season
Daredevil
1
is
because
worth it.
the Kingpin
Daredevil.
looks like the cartoon version. They've done a good job with him,
Mm-hmm.
and they've kind of made the show
D'Onofrio, yes.
It's just
kind of
really,
darker.
really,
It's
really
good. Just do that one
But
if you're
if-
gonna do any.
If I watch all the others and Iron Fist, I don't watch Iron Fist will feel bad.
I like your thinking.
To be
Okay.
fair, to be fair, he's been cancelled. I
I
don't
mean,
think it
if you
matters
feel
anymore.
that way.
Even Luke just cancelled
Look, let me just spoil the last 2 minutes
off
of Iron Fist season 2. At this point is when I just completely gave up. Was like, what?
on
is
the
this?
last episode.
Yes, of season. By the way, I'm not even spoiling
It was,
because
it
I
was
won't
during the
spoil.
credits. He's
I'm
like, I can't take
spoiling.
this anymore.
I'm spoiling because you will not lose anything.
Yeah,
What's his name again?
Loras.
Danny Rand.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I
so Danny
just-
is in Japan
Uh huh.
and he draws out his 2 pistols.
Pistols.
I think they're pistols. Whatever guns
That's a
they are.
euphemism.
Well, they're not Berettas or.
Iron
The
Fist
Eagles
uses
or whatnot.
guns.
It's in the
And
name.
then-
It's in the name.
Remember how he does that cheat thing with all the Iron Fist thing?
Uh huh.
Now the power goes to the guns too. So
Ah,
the
what
bullets-
bullshit! Really?
Exactly.
That reaction-
Exactly. I was like, no.
That was the
No.
reaction you wanted, right? What?
See,
What?
So you gave up? Or
You
maybe
see,
that's why they
this
were
is why it's so
cancelled.
bad because it's actually literally at the very end of the last episode. I was like, I have wasted all this time watching this. What is this nonsense? Okay, to be fair, season 2 was a bit better than 1.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zane.
To be
Zane
fair, you can almost imagine somebody sitting in a studio going, yeah, he's got guns and the power transfer, and there's not a moment he goes, this sounds utterly ridiculous. I probably shouldn't be
What's
doing
wrong?
this."
You know what? I watched Logan recently,
Yeah.
and it was so good.
Oh, Logan. was
I'm
so
telling
good.
you, Logan has changed my perspective on how to do dark things. Like you think like DC movies doing the dark and gritty thing was good. Logan just shits on those things so bad.
Yeah, but then Logan shits on,
And
on
it's
most of
so
what
good.
even what most of what Marvel does.
Yeah, but no, I mean like in terms of dark and gritty, Marvel don't do dark and gritty. Logan was dark and gritty. It was so good.
It was
Um,
gritty because they
And-
filmed it
and
in a
like
desert.
even even not completely, but even then, like if you compare it to the tone of all these shows, they seem so CW-ish at like now.
I think it's
Like
because
Daredevil started really well, and now
Yeah.
it slowly all these shows just turned into CW kind of shows.
I think it's because
in a way.
Logan, you could feel the weight of the of the decisions they were making in the film.
No, but
Like the
also-
characters were trying to make, and all the decisions they were making had a lot of weight to them, and a lot of.
But look at how they made it dark. Like, look at the tone that everyone spoke with. You know, you didn't have like the generic love interest in Logan. That would have ruined everything.
No generic
Nope.
love interest.
No,
That was
and
no love interest.
Yeah, like, like all that stuff, like that's added in to make shows relatable.
There was an
And I like how
kills
they
it for
like the
me.
situation that led up to Logan was never explained. It was kind of just thrown in there.
No, it
Like,
was explained.
they kind of gave it like a summary
gave-
type of thing, but they never went into it. Like you were just thrown into the situation.
Yeah, and
then- and
you
they didn't-
theorize what happened.
Yeah, and they didn't have to mention
Uh,
it because it was important, but not important enough to what they were trying to do. If you know what I mean.
No, because here's the thing. So when you watch it, you will be wondering what the hell
Yeah.
has happened. You know, like why is he limping? Like you do find out as the movie
Yeah.
goes on, right? Like why he's limping. You know what? Why is Professor X so
Out of it.
like
Right.
messed up
Yeah.
and what happened? Like why is he living in a
But that's not the
thing?
focus.
All of that's explained.
And that's not the focus of the story, though.
Yeah.
That's what's brilliant.
Yeah, and indirectly, you kind of have hints at what happened before the movie, and I think that's a really good way to do stuff.
It's where they release snippets of information that you should be picking up on to piece of story for
Yeah.
yourself. rather than
Like,
being
yeah.
told.
I'm still on that whole.
It's
There was
so
no
good.
love interest thing. I never noticed that.
It gets
There was
it gets
no love.
shoehorned
Like
into
most of the
everything.
time,
Yeah.
you put
Yeah,
a love
you
interest
do.
in, kill them off, and the hero becomes better.
As in, like, there was no
Nope.
appealing.
Well,
like,
you just
you know,
showed-
like sex cells, there was nothing like that.
But it's
No.
just it's like when Marvel did the whole Black Widow and Hulk thing, and you're like, what? Where the hell? What? Why? I mean, it's why? What? Why?
Yeah.
It's not important to the
supposed to be
story. It's not
canon.
important to the characters. I don't.
Okay, I didn't
No,
mind
look,
it.
that gave us the best joke from Thor. Sun's going down. Sun's going down.
Nah.
That was the best thing in Thor. Like I still crack up when I watch that.
Shit,
Like
I feel like you're still mind blown.
By the
It's a love
the
interest.
The Logan.
yeah,
love
there was
Love
no
interest.
Mhm.
There's
stereotypical
no-
hot chick. The only
No.
person you
No.
could check out in that whole movie was probably the nurse,
what nurse?
and she was like a mom, and you're like,
Oh, that nurse.
Whoa,
Wait,
shit.
what?
What?
The
Okay,
Laura's
we,
mom.
We don't judge
Gabrielle.
you.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
fine,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
How many
Do
girls are in
you,
Logan?
do
Okay.
you, do you, but what?
Look at that.
there were-
Even like Laura in the books is pretty good looking.
who?
Laura in
The
the
kid.
comics. In the comics, she's really good looking. They made her a kid.
We're not talking about the comic.
Talk about
Yeah. No, they could have. What I'm saying is they could have made like Laura attractive,
But they
but
didn't.
they
But
made her a
didn't,
kid.
they
Yeah.
chose
Yeah.
not to. Just say what
Yeah.
you think.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think they did really well compared to.
And don't say the
normal
guy
shows.
without a hand was hot.
What?
The guy, the one, no,
Well,
no.
and-
How was he
Oh.
treating her like a dog? Like
Logan himself is apparently really
Don't count Logan. That's Hugh Jackman.
Hugh jacked man.
He looked
Huge-
he looked jaded
Jackman.
though. He,
That one
There'll
doesn't
never
count.
be another.
but he just looks
Even though-
jaded. He looks properly jaded.
And what about the clone though?
Just, you
No,
were
I'm
saying
pretty
something.
sure there were like girls who are like,
But
he
there'll
looks
never
beat
be
up, but
another
still.
Yeah,
Wait, but
it's like
they
the
would give
Didn't
it
yet.
Wolverine?
Geralt's
No,
name.
no, no, no. I wasn't saying that. Okay, not like
About
Hugh
Logan.
Jackman.
Yes.
About Logan, what you think about Logan? Right?
Okay, why are you putting me on the spot?
You are literally on the
Hey, you're
spot.
on the spot. There's a spotlight.
Yeah, you like being the
An
center of
outpost.
attention, right?
Do I?
Not by choice.
Not by choice. Okay, I think. Are they gonna make a follow-up movie to Logan though?
No,
No.
no.
No, they should
Maybe
not.
maybe an
X-23
X23.
standalone.
Maybe X23. They could go
Yeah,
that
probably
way, but
will
I
use
don't
that.
think so.
But not.
I don't think so.
Nah.
It'd be hard to kill off Wolverine.
No.
Speaking of,
can-
that's actually
They won't-
made
they
me
won't
think
do
of something.
What?
When guys do like reboots, not reboots,
Mm.
sequels.
Mhm.
Do you think they should adapt that new Incredibles style where,
What do you mean?
you know, usually with a sequel it's like 10 years later, 15 years later,
It's
something
making
like
use
that.
of the nostalgia.
Yeah.
right?
But now instead of doing that, sequels can adapt the way like Incredibles did it.
Just
we just continue like where we stopped,
they
like
do that.
no breaks.
Some do that.
Sequels do
Some
that.
do that.
Yeah.
They do.
Immediately, it's like you're jumping in where exactly you are.
Where you
I
left
think
off.
like
Like who?
like
What?
Days of Future Past was really unique. I think
Mhm.
the X-Men movie. So X-Men 1 was there. It was okay. Well, it was okay at the time, I guess. X-Men 2 was really good.
Yeah.
X-Men 3 was terrible.
Oh, the last stand.
Apocalypse.
It was so bad. No, the Last Stand.
The
The
last
Last
The
Stand.
Last Stand was terrible.
It was not.
Then this other one came out.
First class? Was it?
First Class,
Class.
No way.
and then First Class came out, and then Days of Future Past
of
came
Future
out
Past.
and fixed it.
But
They
they
actually
didn't.
fixed.
They didn't pick up
Their continu-
exactly where we
and
left
then-
off.
No, what they did was they messed with continuity. Like it was a time travel thing. So they basically kind of fixed their timeline.
They sent Wolverine back and fixed
Yeah.
everything so we could start over.
and then they wrecked it again with Apocalypse. Like
Which was, by the way, just so bad. Like, just
Yeah.
just take a moment to rewatch that movie if you've only seen it once and realize just how bad it is.
it was terrible. No, I don't
Apocalypse.
need to watch it again. It
It
was so bad.
bad.
It was.
You know, one thing I've
Literally one of the
decided
worst
right now,
movies.
for movies that I've watched, but I wasn't very sure about them, I go watch the Cinema Sins version of that.
Oh yeah, Cinema Sins is funny.
So they can.
So every time, in my head, there's always like,
But
or
that's the
The-
problem. Cinema Sins can ruin your way of watching movies.
It
Yeah,
does.
actually,
though.
it does.
That's
It
the
does.
same.
Oh,
It
she
does.
went to the Prometheus School of Running. I feel like that should be a T-shirt at this point. in
Yes.
Getting so
She
many
went to
And it
what?
doesn't come with a lap dance. Ding.
What?
time. Yeah, exactly. Because they love saying
That's
that.
racist.
That's racist.
Ding.
Ex machina. Ting.
He's not killing
Oh,
anyone
Ex
in this
Machina
scene
was-
right now.
Ting. Cinema Sins are amazing though.
Hey, back on tropes though.
Yeah.
Zane had said we should talk about costumes.
Yeah, costumes.
Cosplay and how
And we have a
fitting we have a cosplayer.
Well,
Yes.
I have a
You'll be
feeling.
back on the
Do you know,
spot.
do you know he's playing Amazing Spider-Man right now.
Who?
Zane, on the PS4.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's.
I was
playing-
like, oh,
I was
they-
like,
They
Zane's in
cast
movie
him.
now.
I
Right
didn't
now.
know, man.
Not right now, but
I was like,
at
wow.
the moment, as in
Wow.
the
So
current game
the
he's
audition
playing.
worked.
Oh, Zane, we're shooting right now, and you're playing.
Do you know in the game you can pick
Nah,
you can pick Spider-Man's outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can go from the old ones where he's obviously red, blue, whatever,
Yeah.
to the ones that are more modern where it's just it looks it's armor,
Yeah.
and I think that's I have a feeling that's what made him feel like it. The more they go into more realistic armor type stuff,
Yeah.
the more they end up just looking like each other basically, but with different colored schemes.
Some
all
of those
look
costumes though
copy-paste.
are outrageous.
Like not so much a copy paste, but they could be basically any soldier, anywhere, because
Yeah.
they're trying
He
to be
was
so realistic.
he was saying Captain America and Hawkeye are interswappable.
No, they're not.
In terms of their costumes.
Actually, in Infinity War, when Captain America showed up, I was like, if it wasn't for his face and beard, I was like, isn't this Soldier 3 from that other scene? It looks the same.
To be honest, the only
Yeah.
thing that defines a is his shield. You could take that away, and he could just be a guy.
Yep,
and,
actually,
he
yeah.
could literally just be a guy.
Without the shield, he's just that dude.
Hey, stop
in the
hating
background.
on my boy.
No, it's not hating on Captain America as a character. It's
No,
it's
it's
hating on the
the-
outfits that have become trying to be so realistic
Yeah.
that, for example, if Batman now goes into fights with just his spandex suit, like it won't work. So they try and put on armor and they try and put on breastplates and gauntlets.
See, I'm in
like
two
that.
minds about this. Like, I like costumes to kind of stand out, like to look cool. So like having armor sometimes,
It does.
like on Batman especially, it looks cool because he's still got the thing, so he doesn't look like a generic soldier.
Yeah, but the thing is,
But I
the
don't
costume
mind.
designs are starting to become the same. They look the same.
They're all dark.
Not dark, in terms like of form.
Carbon fiber plating.
But it
Like
does
the
make
form is the
Everyone's
same.
going for that look.
yeah, it does make sense to be black though. Okay.
What?
Yeah,
What?
so-
But yes, that's
Take offense.
What?
That was. I don't know if you can call that a segue at this point or.
That is so racist.
It does make sense for armor
Like
to
stealth,
be dark.
right, yeah.
Yeah, you still.
Yeah, like if you watch the first Captain America movie again, the dude is running around with a red, white, and blue shield doing
you
stealth
cannot
shit.
do
like
that
it
in
doesn't
a
work.
battlefield. No, but
It
then
will.
again,
It pulls you out.
as
But-
you say,
yeah,
it does pull you out from the fantasy of the movie.
yeah, it does. So I guess it becomes a thing then: fantasy versus like escapism versus
realism.
realism.
It's
Yeah, you need to take off those
there's
cinema
a-
scenes glasses.
There's a balance because some of it, like I mean, it's the same way of saying with the way Batman fights. Does he kill people? Because we know the way he fights. He should be killing people.
No, he does. Yeah.
Or people should be maimed.
They
for
should be
life.
all maimed or
life.
you know.
Yeah.
Like there are times when he does the thing where he hangs them upside down. Guess what? When you hang people upside down, blood flows to their head, and you know, it doesn't end well for them. But we don't talk
Kick
about
someone
that.
in their knee and yo, your knee is fucked for
You
life.
break a knee, break elbows,
I know.
Break
shoulders.
people's necks, backs. Yeah.
No, that's teaching you a lesson.
What do you
Don't
mean?
break.
Why were you
Don't
there?
break his illusion.
I just-
Don't break.
that is why
Don't
he's a
break the
vigilante.
illusion.
No, I just love the fact that his thing is I don't kill, I will never cross that line. But naming everyone in the world is
Exactly.
perfectly
It's
against them all.
perfectly fine.
See, the
Think of it-
Punisher. The
Think of
Punisher
it from. Oh, sorry.
Ah,
yeah.
this is
huh?
what-
is
But it's
basically Batman.
No, he's Batman,
But he kills.
Exactly, and that's
Yeah.
what the new comic, the Dark Knight Metal. That's what we like. That's the story of those one shots. What if Batman went wrong? Like he should have done. No one like the idea that he should never have seen his parents get killed in front of him and become such a guy with such nice morals along the way. So Batman, like Dark Knight Metal, shows that what happens if he became a kind of Joker type figure or Ares.
Oh wow!
Or,
I have not read that.
yeah.
Is
Like
that,
like
this
I
one
know,
where
Like there are a few where he's actually like written as someone who's just nuts.
Yeah, like a spoiler for
Yeah.
like Dark Knight Metal, the one where he becomes the Batman who smiles, is that he gets when he beats Joker and kills Joker, he gets infected with a bit of Joker's toxin, and in
How?
order to like maybe Joker, I can't remember.
They
Joker
made
had
out.
it hidden. I can't remember hidden in his body or what. I can't remember.
They made out.
Yeah, that might have been it. So,
with tongue.
Yeah.
but in order to keep it secret from the Bat family,
Yeah.
he kills them all to
Whoa.
show that he's slowly changing. He doesn't want them to know, so he just kills them all.
Oh yeah, that was a
So-
brutal
That's
scene. I saw the. I
That
saw
is
the.
dark.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
cool.
so
I want to
that-
read that. I
So that
really
means
want to read
it's
that.
really
really
good about it.
dark.
Really, really good.
Wow.
The Dark Knight. Yeah.
Dark Knight
One
Metal.
of those Batman, the one who was Aquaman, I think. This one that lives in the water. I don't know the
That
first
man who lives in the water.
because there's a few of them. There's the one who laughs, and then there's like other versions.
There's Ezreal.
There's an Ares version. There's a Doomsday
Ezreal.
Batman Doomsday.
Ezreal's really cool. Ah well.
Who's the
Nightfall.
water one?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
But
I
there's
don't know
one
about
like
water
that,
one.
right?
So there's so many cool ones, like the Doomsday one where he gets infected with the Doomsday virus and becomes like a Doomsday version.
There's the Yellow Lantern one as well.
I think no, that's not the one. The one I remember was everyone else got infected by the Joker toxin.
Yeah.
Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman, and they somehow took them all down, which was fantastic. To see it play out.
At this point, it's becoming a hobby for that guy.
No, to be fair,
He
like,
always
even
has
some of
versions.
Marvel's
He's
most famous comics are things like Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Ah yeah, that's
And
really
they've done
good though.
they did a
That
second
was
run.
really good.
They did a,
Yeah,
and they did a
there's-
second run to
There's
it.
a,
as well.
there's a
Yeah,
Kills the Marvel
again.
Universe again.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
haven't read that yet.
But there's a Punisher one I haven't read as well.
Yeah?
There's
Punisher kills the
Punisher,
Marvel-
there
yeah,
is
that
Punisher,
I
was-
think there's a
there is-
Wolverine one
there is
also.
Punisher
Yeah.
killed.
Because I remember the way he killed Luke Cage was he dropped some microscopic bombs. In his
He put a
coffee.
grenade. Yeah, he shrunk grenades down and into
Who did
his
that?
teeth.
Luke Cage. Punisher
Cage
did that
teeth.
to Luke Cage.
Yeah. No, not Punisher.
Wait.
That was
That was Deadpool.
Deadpool. Yeah.
No.
I think
bet you
the
were
the
too.
Thor one was the funniest though. Like I think
Spoilers
he
What?
everywhere.
he does no. This is old stuff.
Old spoilers.
To be fair, I
Like
actually
he-
think that spoilers encourage you to
Interesting.
read the material.
He
True.
he
What did he
shrinks Thor's hammer
Yeah, and then makes it go again.
and I think it lands on top of someone and then he makes it big.
Yeah,
And so it
but
just
he
crushes
uses.
them.
Does he use Ant-Man's?
Yeah,
he uses
half
Ant-Man's-
his kills are Ant-Man's particles. Yeah,
Ant-Man's particles.
the pin particles.
Although he doesn't technically kill Wolverine or his brother, like thing. I think he sets them up to keep getting incinerated endlessly. To keep regenerating, then he just incinerates. And then
Isn't that
Wow.
like what happened to Prometheus?
Oh, you mean eating of the obvious?
School of running away from things.
Are we talking
No.
about Prometheus from Greek mythology?
Yes,
Where he gets
Prometheus.
his guts eaten
Yeah.
every single day.
Because he defied the gods and now he was placed somewhere, so every morning, is it every single day?
Oh,
gods are
Greek
coming and
mythology.
he
I was in
He-
the movie.
he's eaten alive
Yeah,
and
he's
then
eaten alive and
he's
then he's
A
Vulture
raven
again.
comes to eat his guts,
Yeah,
then he
raven.
recovers.
Vulture.
If I was that raven, I'd be so pissed. Like, I eat the same stuff daily.
No, it's like having yamatoma.
Again, intestines,
Yeah, it's like a party
matumbo.
every day.
Ah. That
Okay,
stuff.
when you say it's Matumbo by then, yeah.
I'm
No,
out.
but you say that.
But imagine if Matumbo was your
No.
favorite thing in the world.
No, you say that, but it's not just eating his stomach. He also eats his brains. And
Yeah,
he's
the
got
eyes
So you can
and-
have brains, a bit of eyeball one day,
That's variety.
maybe a bit of thigh. You know. Get
And you know you don't
For
have to work.
eternity.
Yeah.
Matumbo
To be
and
fair,
But you're also assuming it's the same raven.
Yeah, and he has
It
friends.
isn't?
He has
I thought
friends.
it
Probably a
was.
different raven.
It was a vulture though as well, wasn't
There was
it?
a
No,
vulture.
it was a raven because the raven,
Raven?
was Zeus's bird.
No, that was Odin.
No,
Odin
Odin
is
had
Zeus.
two.
but they're all.
Odin had two,
right?
Two ravens or
Two
two?
ravens.
Oh, was it a crow?
Yeah.
I
No,
don't know.
like so Zeus turned into an eagle. If,
It was an
if
eagle.
I'm not
It was
wrong.
an
but
eagle.
but the thing that ate the guy, I thought was vultures.
Google it.
Speaking of Zeus,
Yeah,
that
I
guy.
don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, Greek mythology.
Someone explained
Wild.
to me this. He turned into a swan, and then he got laid. What's up with that chick?
I'm sorry.
She must really like
Zeus.
swans.
Wait, what?
Yo,
There's
is
a time Zeus turned into a
Zeus
swan,
had a
right?
lot
Is this some slam poetry thing?
No, Zeus.
This is like Greek mythology.
Zeus, like Kratos, like all these people are like
You-
sired from
You
Zeus.
gotta understand
Man.
about Greek mythology is that Zeus was well known as a very evil philanderer. He would do everything just to see what
bangs
whether
everything.
women got into his way.
Even turn
Yeah.
into swans.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
would do whatever it takes, even
Yeah.
if it meant killing anyone in his way or punishing everyone.
Ah.
Yeah.
Like Herc.
Greek fuckboys.
I tell you, the Greek mythology, Norse mythology, they all make their gods pretty bad.
Ah.
Norse is kind of cool though.
But they're Odin and Thor and stuff are really horrible.
Thor.
Horrible.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
Thor would
In-
kill.
in-
In Norse mythology, Thor would kill anything that crossed his path that he didn't like.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, they had
Ah,
that pride.
any
That was to do with
Someone's
Viking
salty.
pride and stuff, right?
Even if they were in it, even if they had
But-
nothing, he would just kill them.
But Thor was supposed to defend her, even in that. Like he was the protector of.
I know why.
Wait,
Oh
but
my
didn't
God.
that happen
Yeah.
in the Bible too?
Let me
Yeah.
tell you why he used to be pissed
Elijah.
and kill anyone that
Elijah,
would
Elisha,
cross his path.
When the
Oh,
kids
here we
make
go.
fun
Go
of
for it.
his
Yeah?
big balls.
John, Jake,
What?
Thor was pissed because
Uh-huh.
you said anyone who crosses his path,
And
right?
if it was a giant, it was instant. But if it was anyone he didn't like, he would kill them.
It's because guys used to make fun of his ride.
He's right.
He's right.
Yeah.
What right?
What?
Thor used to ride a chariot
What?
that was
Oh,
pulled
I thought
by
you were gonna say
goats.
Cadillac.
Who by goats?
Yeah, so you can imagine that you're like, dude, your ride is a...
But
You
okay.
couldn't afford horses. You get I'm pissed, I'm killing all these guys. That's why. I forget the goat's name.
But
The goats had a name.
They
Yeah, yeah,
had
yeah.
names,
Yeah,
man.
they had names,
If
yeah.
a crow can have a name, why shouldn't a goat have a name?
Prancer, dancer, dash.
You had it fast.
Uh,
But I was telling Jesse that also happened in the Bible.
What? Goats?
No,
What, like,
well,
like, no.
in a
Okay,
different
they were
context.
good.
goats
But then
are
nobody
something
went up
else.
to heaven in a chariot.
Nani went up. Not
It's
even
just
Jesse.
into the chariot.
Nani, is it Elijah or
Those
Elisha?
were
Yeah.
good.
There was a time he was walking and kids made fun of him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you old
Wait,
man.
What are we talking about?
You bald ass.
Yeah.
Elijah or
Yeah, it was
Elisha in the
just a
Bible.
You know, I read that and then in my head, I was like reading
There
it
was no good.
in like Japanese. I'm like, so
horses.
they were like, Kono Hage.
yeah, yeah.
That's why I got
And you see what happened after that is that Elisha got mad,
He
summoned a bunch of bears, and they came and ate the kids.
a guy.
Wow.
You didn't know this story?
To be fair,
I forgot.
I'm pretty sure
I
fear
forgot,
was a
yeah.
pretty potent thing in most of these things.
Yeah.
So
And
But
pride.
again, that seems like overkill. You got bears, not a bear.
You mean
bear,
as opposed-
bears.
Bears.
Wait,
as
I think it was
opposed to
bears.
flooding the entire
Feral.
world just because a few people.
Yo, bear
pissed
bear
you
gotta
off.
eat.
Yeah,
Bear
man.
gotta eat.
But with these kids, that felt like actually to
Maybe they were annoying.
We had this
Listen,
conversation. I
Maybe
told
they're
you.
really annoying kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like think about it.
What?
Think about it.
The kids?
Really annoying kids. Really annoying
Everyone
kids.
knows a bunch of annoying kids.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Would you now,
Please,
if you had the
yeah.
power to summon a bear?
Like those, those kids are calling you
I'm joking.
bald in the desert.
Are you
You can't
joking?
chase them because you can't reach because you're
Well, it
old.
wasn't in the desert.
So,
I don't know. What are kids doing in the desert?
I don't know. They,
Annoying,
they were
annoying,
auditioning for
annoying
Mad
the
Max.
dude.
what? Building sandcastles?
Mad
What?
Max.
Oh. What?
Mad Max.
Max.
No, this would be Madelisha or Madelija. I can't remember exactly. Is it Elisha, Elijah, or Elijah, or
I don't remember
Elisha?
the difference anymore.
Anyway.
But by extension, you're also vouching for Thor. Because if I had
yes.
a hammer and the power to summon lightning on anyone I didn't like,
Oh,
I would
that's
do it.
Malay.
Yeah, but these are not people like he didn't like oh they kind of irritate him. He would literally just kill people. Like maybe he just got a little bit irritated. Just
Yeah, respect
Sure,
my
sure.
authority.
Respect my authority.
And
Yeah.
God of
Yeah.
War, God
These
of
are
War
gods,
actually
yeah.
taught us a bit of this mythology, though.
what?
What, the new
Though it's
one?
altered.
Don't. I don't want spoilers for. The new God of War, I do not want spoilers.
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't played it.
The new one.
Okay, but
Yeah.
not a spoiler, but
Baldur.
they're in the Norse world right now.
Wow. That was a huge segue from comics to
Video games.
Religion,
the Bible.
And video games.
BCU.
mythology.
BCU.
We had this
wait.
conversation.
It wasn't comics. It was on armor.
Dude, BCU.
No. You came up with
Come on,
something.
BCU.
You remember this?
The Bible.
The Bible cinematic
Bible
universe.
Cinematic Universe.
That is just money right there.
No, but yeah, like where they trademarked, guys. But then imagine like all these people we are talking about, guys.
Trademarked.
Like in Elijah,
Can you trademark
Samson.
The way
Samson.
Samson.
Yo, Samson is
This
gold.
this is epic.
Yeah.
Like we don't even need to go fantasy, just the way the Bible is. But this is an epic superhero tale, man.
Yeah.
Imagine doing the scene for David killing Goliath, but in a Shingeki no Kyojin kind of way, like Attack on Titan kind of way, bruv. I'm like he's just standing there like Aaron, then this,
He has like a little.
and then he has
That would be something. That thing will take five episodes before it's over.
dude, I'm telling you.
David Yeager. I'm so sorry.
No, he's not. Not in the list.
What? David Yeager sounds like a footballer, but still.
No, but literally, you don't even need to change the story, just the way it is.
No, you will change it because you need to nowadays make it relatable to different audiences. So you need to
But
have-
I'm saying, like, we don't have to like give them like extreme weird fictitious powers,
I think you'd actually tone
No,
it
see,
down.
like, okay,
right?
You might tone it down.
my
You're like,
thing
oh, this shit is
is all the movies
Mhm.
are trying to make themselves like relevant by shoehorning in something that's
Oh, yeah.
an issue today.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
if the story doesn't have that, they'll put that in. You
So
can
now
be
here's
sure.
the thing. Yesterday I watched what's this movie? Grindelwald, the Crimes of Grindelwald.
Ah.
What?
And the first comment, because right after that I met with Jake. So the first question was like, "How's the movie?" I was like, "I liked it, but they changed a lot of stuff in the movie."
a lot of people are upset about it.
Yeah,
by the way.
yeah. I mean, it was a good movie, but they changed stuff, and that was my first comment. And I'm like, why do you have to change the material that you wrote, but you change it in the movie?
But haven't we had this discussion?
Not with me.
We say, okay, the main conclusion right now is that this movie is, first of all, you're probably not the target audience.
But you
So
see,
who's the
who
target?
is?
Who
Like,
is though?
There's this-
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me
Okay,
finish.
okay,
You
Okay.
guys read the
Mhm.
books.
no,
Did you read the books?
no.
You did.
I have.
Yeah, he read the books. Now, for the guys who read the books mostly, everyone's always going to be like, no, they changed this, they changed that, they did this, they did that, blah, 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 blah. For the most part, the people who are going to watch these movies are not even the people who read the books or even know their books. And they're going to be the biggest financial
So,
side of it.
just
Like,
proving you wrong straight up. Harry
What?
Potter.
What?
All the Harry Potter nuts who are fans of the books
Mhm.
are the main guys who watch the movies.
Yeah,
I doubt that.
Because, yeah.
I doubt that.
No, yeah. And although they made changes,
Mm-hmm.
because the movies are different from the books. I haven't read, but I have many friends who are huge fans who have told me,
Mm-hmm.
like, they literally will pause the movie, explain what's there in the book,
Yeah.
and how it's different and not shown in the movie,
But-
and then we continue watching
this
the
is the
movie.
thing,
This is
right?
how I've watched all the
If-
Harry Potter movies.
There's no point in changing the source material, because if
but-
somebody enjoys the movie, they're gonna go and read the source material afterwards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but
I didn't go
but
read
here's
the
the
source
thing.
material.
No,
You don't
I
read-
wouldn't. I'm not going to read Harry Potter.
No,
don't read that.
but a lot of
But-
people watch the movie
but-
and read the books, right?
But
No,
they
I
are
doubt.
still they are the most mad about the stuff that they changed with this latest one.
Yeah.
Right.
Like compared to the changes that
Yeah.
they made in the other movies, whether it's not giving enough backstory on whoever,
Yeah.
Neville or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Like the books clearly went into more detail. Like that was fine. But with this one, I think they have taken like characters and gone full, like flipped the script completely on them.
Yeah. Let's say
Like,
the characters
I think
have
there's
gone
like
rogue.
Yeah, they're
'Cause-
completely different from the way they are in the
I'll
book,
see what you did there.
and that's That's that I think is the complaint.
Yeah, 'cause
like,
this one-
they're not
this
who
one-
they are.
Like this one, because I criticize my movies hard, but the first comment was
Okay, gangster. All right, OG.
like an OG. But the first comment, and you remember this, the first thing was they have changed the story. Because people who are supposed to have done the one thing didn't do the one thing that they were supposed to do. Now, apparently, they allocated another person
Yeah,
to
like
do
a
it.
plot.
Whether that's the best way I can describe it without
But
spoilers.
the book is small, right? The book is.
No, they're small, yes, but
So it's the same thing they did with Lord of the Rings: The Hobbit. The book was only like 150 pages, and they made like 4 movies
Yeah,
out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But,
But here's
you're
the
going to
thing:
have to-
the plot still was the same.
no, but
No,
but if you
but
change
that's
the
what it
whole
was
to a
thing,
degree.
It
no,
wasn't the same at
imagine,
all.
no, imagine.
The Hobbit was wildly different from what happened.
No,
in the
no.
book.
Really? I haven't
Let-
read The Hobbit.
Mhm.
Okay.
But let me just put it this way.
No, I haven't
Let me
read
give
it,
you
no.
an example of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now imagine if it was not Frodo who took the ring to, what was it called?
Mount Doom to destroy it.
Mount Doom,
Yeah.
and it was Gandalf instead. That's how much things have changed in like,
Yeah.
the latest
I
movie.
feel like
You know what? We'll have to wait and see how this plays out.
But
Well, it's not. It's
What?
honestly everyone who's watched it, who's like a huge Harry Potter nut,
but Hollywood.
who was okay with the changes that they made in all the other books,
In all the other books.
because they did change quite a lot
Yeah.
in the other books,
Yeah,
and with the other movies.
You're going to quote
Um,
something, then it's something different.
This one in particular has
Is
been a huge
something else.
problem. Yeah,
But they Hollywood does that a lot for a lot of stuff.
yeah, they do. I mean, look at
Has anyone watched World War Z?
Yeah,
No.
I
Remember that?
Okay,
Hey, I
now the
love it,
Hollywood,
right?
the
That was
Hollywood
it.
movie was generic zombie flick, essentially.
Yeah.
Read the books; they are one of the best takes on zombies you'll ever see, because it's not done like a zombie film or a movie or anything. It's done as though it was written as a UN report after an event has happened. So they
Oh,
go
that
to
sounds
different
good, yeah.
countries,
World War Z.
take like stories from the survivors and that sort of thing. Whereas this just turned it into a generic
Hollywood flick.
Hollywood flick with,
Yeah,
with Tom Cruise running away from.
yeah. See, that's
It's-
terrible though.
Hit.
hate your
Like
Right,
it would have
sorry.
been so much better. Like
get
as
your
a
hot
fan,
boys right.
as a
Sorry.
fan of
They all
the.
look the same to me.
Sorry, not like if you were a fan of that book, wouldn't you be pissed when?
It
when
was.
this
It,
thing
it,
came
of
out?
course
I'm
you,
guessing
of course
you
you'd
would
be
be
pissed.
pissed. But then again,
they're not. Again,
I watched the movie. I
But
loved
do you
it.
recognize
go
that
read
you're
the book.
not the
Go read the
target?
book and then
I
realize
can't
how.
read the book
No,
because
no,
I love the
I
movie.
kid you not. Read the book because it is just that good.
Okay.
It's like
That
Ready-
movie though,
like
those
Ready Player
kids.
One.
You know the reason I love
Ready
that
Player
movie
One.
was because the zombies were fast.
Ready Player One.
I hate
Let's
these
not
zombies.
talk about
These zombies were they want to kill you. They
No,
want
no,
to
that's the
raise
fun
and-
factor of the movie.
Exactly, that's why I loved it. I was like, what? I was actually scared at some point. I'm like,
How
hey.
much cooler though? In the book, for example, they go and interview a guy in Japan who somehow survived because he was in a tub sleeping or whatever he was doing, and he falls to the thing, gets a samurai sword, and starts killing zombies and somehow making his way out, or stories like that, as opposed to just running away from zombies without any purpose.
I get you. I get you. How much money did you make?
But then that's,
Why do
that,
you always
that's the
bring
Michael
money
Bay.
into-
Because again, this is Hollywood.
No,
We're
this-
talking about Hollywood.
No,
So
but
if we talk
this
about
is the Michael Bay
Hollywood,
school.
You
of
can talk
thinking.
about Hollywood and not talk about
No,
money.
you're using the Michael Bay school of thinking.
That is exactly what I'm using. Does it justify this?
These
I mean,
explosions, even though they make no sense,
I-
they make
they
money.
make no sense,
They
but
make
I-
money.
You could argue how much money did they lose, also. Well, you can't make that argument
It's
because it's
difficult.
hard to tell.
It's a non. Yeah.
But you have to think about like, you talk about brand loyalty and things like that. It's hard to measure that because you can't tell whether people would have still supported a product that didn't exist because this was made. Like with Transformers, what Michael Bay did. Everything after
spoilers,
whoever
he
really
hates
got
Transformers a lot.
yeah. So everyone who watched that and got completely put off, they stopped buying into all the other stuff.
How much though?
How much? Pretty hard. I'm a huge Transformers fan. And
But you know,
No, you're not.
I'm.
He
a
just said you
huge-
hate the movies.
I
The
hate the
movies,
movies.
not
I
the
hate.
actual.
I hate
Hates
love
the-
Transformers.
Yeah,
I
he
love
loves
the IP.
Transformers.
But CJ, this
I
is,
love
this
the
is kind of the
IP.
problem, isn't it? Like the people who ended up being pissed about Transformers are people like you and me or whatever who grew up with the original Transformers.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem is that the vast majority of people now are like the 16, 17, 18-year-olds who have never in their lives seen the original Transformers.
You mean Jess?
Yeah, all.
Sorry, Jess.
I'm confused.
But you didn't see the original.
I did.
Where did
The
you see it?
cartoon.
On YouTube.
Yes.
Those don't count. Those are highlights.
Nuh-uh. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
she watched it.
Those count.
And it's that.
And
that's
the
problem
comics
is,
are
like,
amazing.
I think we just kind of underestimate how many people just aren't interested in all the stuff we grew up with.
Exactly.
It's kind of
You see,
like
that's
how
what
many
I'm
people are
saying.
excited about the new Lion King,
Me.
right?
Now, speaking of,
The thing is, it's a live action that's basically it's a CGI version of the exact same stuff we watched.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
we talked about it last time.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about it last
So,
time.
but it's the
I
idea
was
that
I was like remastered edition of Lion King. I'm like I'm
HD.
okay with
we're
the
talking about
HD.
Aladdin and stuff. Those old ones have not aged badly.
Yeah,
Like,
they
enough
haven't.
to even remotely deserve a remaster. But we
Yeah.
know why they're doing it.
The original Aladdin movie was
Honestly,
fucking-
again with Lion King, we said it last time, but with Lion King, I'm just like new texture quality, like high definition, like it's
No, I like the cartoon.
realistic
I
graphics.
I will,
That's it.
I will
That's all I
always
want.
prefer hand-drawn animation.
No, it's still
Okay,
good.
purist,
The original,
okay,
the
purist.
original
I'm a
is still
purist.
good.
By the way,
I am a
The
huge
original is
purist.
still good,
Yeah.
actually, wait.
but I'd love to see it.
Is this a true thing that Walt Disney actually said that he wants his movies redone every 10 years so that new
Elton
generations
No,
said
no,
that
no.
that's
So-
absolutely
have to
No.
watch them?
Absolutely.
I don't know about that,
It
but
does
like
feel
they
like it
lose the
makes
IP if they don't do anything.
Yeah,
so
there's
it's just
also that.
coincidence that they're just going to make a whole bunch of money.
They
and
lose-
Actually, that
they
one makes
lose,
more sense. That you're going to lose
like
money.
you lose
so in the next 20 or so,
like
we're going to
your
watch it again.
IP becomes like
That's
public
fine,
or
fine.
something
Not
after a
you,
certain
probably
time.
your kids.
It's
or the kids of your kids.
It's the same reason that Sony used to make Fantastic Four films, even though they were crappy.
Oh,
Exactly.
God.
Yeah.
No,
So
actually,
they didn't
the
lose
last
the IP,
one,
right,
The last
yeah.
one they actually did rush it.
Which one?
The last Fantastic Four. That one was so
You
rushed.
Why are we talking about this Fantastic Four?
Wait, before we
You mean
segue into that.
Fantastic?
Any Fantastic Four.
Did anyone like it?
Fantastic. So what I've heard is the start. The
What?
start, the way the movie starts
Of what?
is good. The Fantastic movie.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, fun for.
Do you feel
Fantastic.
embarrassed saying Fantastic?
Yeah, okay. It started out well. I
Yeah,
was
it
like,
starts
okay,
off well and then it just
I
goes.
dig this. There are some
Like,
points
yeah.
where just what
Yeah.
is even happening?
So I agree maybe with what he's saying is it could be rushed. It could have been a rush thing.
Oh, something weird happened. I watched Smallfoot,
Ah,
and I
wanna
thought it was
watch
going to turn out into the usual animation, blah blah blah. Then at some point in the middle, it changed gears so fast.
We go dark.
Wow, this is so dark and serious.
Really?
The
For real?
implications of it.
Oh, don't spoil.
I was
Yeah,
spoiling,
no.
That's
but
You haven't
it got
watched
to a
this?
point.
I wasn't planning to
Actually,
watch that.
I was actually even more interested. I was like, how are they going to handle this?
Yep.
And how are they going to make kids understand the implications of what they're saying? Have you seen
Oh.
the name of every
Like-
time you hear the villain talk and it makes sense, and there's that guy's like,
Mhm.
no, it's actually making sense.
It's actually like true.
So not like Kubo.
Kubo
Nah,
was
no,
good.
Kubo
Don't
was-
troll, man.
Kubo's
Kubo
good.
is really good, yeah.
But Kubo,
Hey.
you see, even
Kubo
from
is not for kids though.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Kubo is not for kids.
Kubo wasn't for kids, but Smallfoot is. But then again, at some point, actually, as during the first half of the movie, you're like, yeah, why is he doing this? Then it gets to the middle, and the old guy explains to the youngin, and
But you know,
this is heavy.
Okay,
but
I'll
here's the
check
thing.
it out.
But we keep thinking of kids like when we grew up.
Yeah.
We were a far more innocent generation than the ones that are now. Here.
Yeah.
We were, yeah.
This.
By
Oh,
far.
no.
Yeah, like by
Dude,
far.
we didn't
yeah,
know.
with the
Substantially.
internet.
Substantially.
I don't.
There's so much more.
Let's put it this way: when we watched
Mm.
all the old Disney films, we were talking about them. How many innuendos and all sorts of adult jokes were there in those films?
Yeah,
Ton.
Aladdin, by
And
the
we
way.
did not.
Oh. We didn't
I
watch
don't know about you guys. I didn't
Yeah.
realize them when I was watching them.
Yeah,
Yep.
I did.
But I bet you if the kids right today watched them, they would get every single one of
No.
those jokes.
No.
It'll
No.
depend on where. they're-
Depends.
I
Depends
have
on.
watched with
Depends
kids.
on the age.
I have my nieces. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
my nieces.
We're
I have
talking
my
about 5-year-olds,
nephews.
6-year-olds.
How old are they?
No, 5, 6 won't get it.
Yeah, they won't get it. But the
Yeah.
moment you get to like 10,
No,
11, 100%
10,
they're
12,
getting it.
10, 12, yes.
They're 100% getting it.
I've got
Whereas we
problems.
were naive till we were like 15, maybe.
15. Yeah, I feel like some people here would
15, 14.
What?
be like, nah.
Whereas we were
nah.
naive till about 15.
I mean,
like,
I'm sure like
it's
Dan was
10,
like smuggling
11.
stuff already at the age of 15. Probably
Nah,
already seen the dark
nah.
side of life.
This personality is actually quite new. I was so naive and shy when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. I was
Okay.
super naive.
But still, go watch Smallfoot. It surprised me. Or maybe I'm just the one who's.
No, I actually
into-
felt it. Like the first time I watched it, I was like, bruh,
I know. It's like,
heavy.
I
Then,
will check
then
it out.
come
I
on,
wasn't
then
going
come
to.
on Wrapped. I was just like,
Yeah, of course.
Even
Common has
heavier.
great, like,
Don't spoil.
Common is in it?
yeah, Common is
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Common, LeBrons, and I mean the usual. I
The
feel
usual.
like
Yeah.
every
The
animation
usual
movie-
guys.
Yeah.
The usual, Common is
Every
usual
animation
for
movie
animations.
has to have an athlete, someone from
What?
An
late
athlete?
night TV,
What?
either James Corden or Jimmy Kimmel, or someone who's
Jimmy
in.
Kimmel in it.
Nani?
Yeah,
Oliver.
No, Jimmy Kimmel is in another one.
Oliver is going to be in Lion King. Jimmy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he's,
really
he's-
good.
what I mean?
he's Yago.
Then you
Oh,
have
is this
someone
like
who's
a
in either
Yago?
music or
Yago.
movies or
Yago
something.
is in Aladdin. What is
I
he?
mean, not Yago.
Zazu.
Zazu. But they all look the same. All these
No,
beds.
no.
Racist. Actually, that is baddest.
Avianist. I believe the term is avianist.
You know,
True.
speaking before we leave Lion King,
Yeah.
sometimes do you think fans can be too nitpicky?
Yes.
Of course.
The
Yeah.
fans are always
Because someone was like,
That's
in
why
the
they're fans.
trailer, they were
not fandom.
complaining.
And that's
Like
their job.
when Rafiki does the smear thing,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
it's like in the animation
a
piece of
they used the
It was
fruit.
the fruit.
And then they're like, why are they using branches and roots? That's wrong.
Here's the question though.
Somebody said they marked him with the Crips. Yo. What up, cuz? What up, cuz? What's up, cuz?
So cool. So now, like, cool.
Here's the thing. The
Wow.
question is, if they make a change and it doesn't actually have a significant impact on the story, then it's fine. Like, there's no real difference. Like that's
Yeah.
It's fandom again. Fandom versus.
Yeah,
like,
there's some guys who
like
are
those-
very particular about
like
their
I
people-
know
fruits.
not
people
about
who-
gamers here, but do you know like have any of you heard of Breath of the Wild? Legend of Zelda,
Yeah,
Breath of the
yeah,
Wild.
yeah, of course.
I think the score was like 9.7 on Metacritic. When the
Wow,
score
that's high.
dropped to like 9.6, do you know how they lost their shit?
Yeah. Yep.
Who, the
I remember
fans
that. I
or
do
the
remember.
It was
Yeah.
a single 0.1%.
Yeah.
Wait, the
And
fans
they-
or the.
The fans of the game said, "How dare you
Yes.
judge
How-
it less than a 10?"
Yeah,
Oh,
and
Wow.
it's because
Oh,
Metacritic
wow.
takes like an average
average of every
of
critic scores and user scores.
which is just dumb. But yeah.
Ah,
But they for just a
Yeah.
single point.
Yep.
That.
Yep. It became death threats
Death
as
threats,
well.
they
It went into death threats. It went to
Death threats.
Yes.
death.
Fandom is this
Yeah,
is
fandom is-
fandom. Like there's well the worst fandom is actually K-pop fandom.
Oh.
Yeah,
K-pop.
K-pop fandom is
Uh-huh.
in
I've
like
never
in
understood
actual
that.
Korea.
Uh huh.
How
so?
With the concerts, like they follow what the celebs do and that kind of
Isn't
thing.
that the same with the
If you
Japanese
do
idols
stuff,
as well?
if like a celeb talks to another girl
Yeah,
or something,
yeah.
and like some paparazzi guys catch it,
That
they
girl.
need to go on like immediate like fire control.
Wow.
Not what do you call it?
Damage,
Yeah,
damage control. Yeah.
The same thing
Damage
happens in
control.
Japan, right? With
Immediately.
idols, they have idols, and if they're
No, but
female, they're not
K-pop,
allowed to- they're not allowed to
K-pop,
talk to-
they go to the extent at the concerts they'll all go and be like deliberately disrespectful. Like even if you're not a fan, you will go to their concert to
Right, right,
be
okay, I see
disrespectful.
what you
Like
mean.
it's that insane.
But I've always found that weird, the whole thing where they have idols in these countries and they have literal fan groups that literally, and it's
It
ages
is-
are
it
the
is
ages are from young to old,
crazy.
and they just follow them. And
It
you're
is,
like, it's almost like having a legitimate group of stalkers that you're allowed to.
It actually
But
is.
they are super marketed that way as well.
Yeah.
Like they're marketed to appeal to like they go to schools to make them idols, like
Yeah.
from a very early age,
No, yeah,
and they
yeah.
gotta dance, sing, and act, and
That feels very.
it's very
villainy.
Villainy? Who's the
well.
villain?
It's
Just
The
exploitative
corporations
to
that
the
market
is it?
Yeah, the corporation.
No, it's
It's the man.
you can say it's exploitative, but
It's
I
exploitative of the
mean
person, like because I'm not talking about
they choose to go there.
This is true, but then you're saying
And
that's
again-
where they get their fame, right? Then it's
But it's the industry that's
It-
savage.
it is
'cause
the-
it's also
it is
hard
the-
on the K-pop idols themselves.
Yeah. It's
Because
That's what I
these
mean.
guys
Yeah,
get
it is.
stalked against their own will. They don't have any privacy. They
yeah.
Oh, and they apparently had. They're not allowed to have boyfriends or girlfriends.
no, that's
Yeah,
what
Oh
I'm
they're
talking
yeah,
about.
it's
not
all-
even.
it's
but that's-
nuts.
you're-
you're
you're
not-
It's super.
Yo,
it's not-
sorry if I don't get my rocks off. The hell?
You get your rocks off
No,
for
this is-
yourself.
No, that's kind of the point.
No.
It's not even boyfriends and girlfriends. You're not allowed to even engage
Speaking,
at all.
Yeah.
speaking to people.
Because the idea is
Leads
if,
to-
if it's a girl, for
You're-
example,
you're
it's
talking-
the idea, you're marketing her as the perfect girlfriend or the
perfect
the,
boyfriend.
the ideal, you know.
They're
image.
selling
Yeah.
dreams.
You're selling exactly what it
Yeah.
is. You're selling
So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you- wait,
Also-
what you're saying is that since they're the perfect girlfriend or boyfriend,
You cannot tarnish this. Cannot corrupt
so
her.
they're the perfect boyfriend or girlfriend to everyone else.
To
No,
the
no,
fans.
here's the
Can be
thing.
owned.
Here's
Yeah.
the
You
thing.
can't be owned.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
here's
fuck
the
that.
thing.
No.
Like for
You
girls,
lose
if
basically-
if they hear like this certain person has
As now girlfriend.
a girlfriend,
Exactly.
you know they're gonna be like, oh,
They
he's
lose-
already taken.
Yeah,
But
they lose.
This is why they're not allowed to have girlfriends, is because he's available. So any girl can have that dream.
yeah,
Fantasy.
and you see, you get more hooked
Like,
onto
he
that.
can be
It's
mine.
nuts,
No,
man.
you laugh. But the sad part is, it's not like if it's an 18-year-old girl and her fans are all 18-year-olds or 20-year-olds. No, there are 30, 40, 50-year-olds who are part of that thing who are in that same
Yeah.
position.
Right?
So
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It gets really creepy.
Oh, so you think you have a shot?
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
gets super creepy.
When the 50-year-old guy is like, one day.
You-
You,
you-
you
you
don't
try-
have
Man,
You
you
know
much
the ones
time
that show up to
left.
the concert with the teacher
Yo,
with all the
50's not
memorabilia
bad.
and
Yo,
everything,
50's not bad.
Yeah, like I mean, Rihanna is babe though, and Rihanna is watching it. What's up, though? But still, it's not
She
happening.
did not look at you twice.
No.
She
Now
wouldn't even look
she
at you
locked
once.
out.
I don't like her.
What do you mean she locked down? No, please. It's not happening. It's not. It's just one of those things.
No,
from
Hollywood,
afar.
Hollywood do it as well. You just don't hear about it as
No,
much. There's
but
the whole
I think
Beyonce,
that-
Jay-Z.
I think the
crap
difference
and
is that
all
there's
stuff.
not like groups, like little fan clubs
Yeah.
of these things.
K-pop is nuts when it comes to fandom.
I did not know
Is the-
K-pop is that.
It's not just
It's
K-pop.
really
It's,
intense.
it's Japan. It's basically all Asian. All
Nah, it's not all. It's
yeah,
not,
the same thing happens in
it's-
China, and the same thing happens in Japan. Yep, the exact same
Of
thing.
the
it's not.
extents
It's not
different.
as bad as Korea is like a whole other level
Yeah,
compared
you're probably
compared to
right.
Japan, compared to China, compared to India.
But you know
It's
the funny thing about I don't know about India. I don't
completely-
think India has it. The
India
thing
does
about
have it
China
as well.
Is that
Mm.
a lot of Korean idols and stuff tend to make their mark in China, for example.
Yeah.
The kind of overseas thing.
Yeah.
And, like the Chinese audience, they'll say the Chinese audience as this exotic Korean star.
Yeah.
And they're worse because it's like having a foreign exotic person star.
I should get
Alright,
Debbie onto
we're
the show
about
to talk
50
about this.
minutes in.
Yeah,
Oh, 50 minutes. Wow.
There you
that
go.
was quick.
So
time
MJX
MJX
stuff.
is on. By the way, guys, MJX will be on the 15th.
Yes.
December.
Of,
15th.
well, yes.
Movie Jabba Expo.
Movie
MJ.
Jabba. So you'll get a chance to watch Aquaman and
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
And Future Man.
I thought you said Spider-Person. I was like, what?
Spider-Verse.
Future?
Are we being
the person-
inclusive, you know?
Ultraman.
Yeah,
We go way back.
Future Man.
What's Future Man?
What's
I
future?
don't know. I've just seen them announcing it right now.
Oh, Future Man. Yeah, I think wait, there was a series on Future Man on Amazon.
I am Future Man. I future.
So yeah, there'll be
When is it coming?
In the
in the
future.
future.
Nice. Is there a past man?
Yeah, you can't. No, you can't. See, the moment they'll show it, you'll never be able to watch it ever again because it'll be in the present.
Also,
Wait,
also, you should mention the gauntlet.
What, the gauntlet?
The gauntlet has been thrown to us.
Oh,
Yes,
Thanos-
that's what I was getting
Thanos
to.
is gone.
Yes.
What is this?
So
one?
apparently, WompRantz, which is
Apparently.
Oh
Or
yes.
rather,
Dude, yeah. Let's go wrestler. Let's go full wrestler.
we have been pitted against We Are What Next. By the way, you can click somewhere here, go to
They've
We Are What
challenged
Next.
us.
He's pointing in a
What
random
next?
direction. We hope that we're going to be able to.
Somewhere here. But they have challenged us and we have accepted.
Yeah.
There shall be a throwdown.
I'm not
Yeah.
really. I'm not fond of.
And we'll know
Mexicans, but
who's
do our
next.
You know? So yeah, We Are What Next? Yeah. We accept your challenge. We hope you can come with vowels too. All the missing vowels, like what's up with that?
best. Hey, and
No,
don't
no,
for-
no.
and do not forget your tissues. We don't want you to cry.
I was about to say,
and-
oh, but then
But
no, you know. So yes, you
The
guys.
trash
get-
talk has begun.
Oh, it has begun. Ooh.
wait,
We
you
need to
mean
cut a promo.
you mean?
The
We should-
sorry,
we
sorry,
should-
the
should we do it?
talk.
Remember, we
No,
don't have
the
vowels here.
because balls are for losers.
You mean bulls?
We should. Suji,
Yeah.
we need to cut promos with you by the.
Okay, fine. No worries. Let's do it.
He is my wrestling person. He knows the importance of cutting promos. So you guys are already by the.
Yeah. Let's do it.
See you in the anime round. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all got breadth of knowledge here. Anime, nothing, stuff.
I think I'll just be the best hype man.
Random.
We're just here to talk trash. We don't know shit.
Yeah, we talk trash completely. My name is Paul Heyman. No, not Paul Heyman. My name is Jake, and my client.
Jake the Snake.
Thank
Snake
you.
salesman, a
That's
snake
what I'm
oil
talking about.
salesman.
I just walk in with a python.
Yeah. Do it. Do it.
Oh man.
No, but they wouldn't get it.
What?
They wouldn't get it.
Why do you underestimate people?
No, because they don't use vowels.
Yeah,
so they
you're
don't
not
watch
Jake
it.
the
Oh,
Snake. You're Jake the Snake.
You know, if you're Nick, so if you include vowels, they're not gonna understand this language. we call
Basically,
English.
you could be Jake the Snack, Jake the Snake.
I am Jake the
Snack,
Snack. It's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. Yeah. You're welcome too.
Jake the Sake.
Yeah, you better bring your A game.
Anyways,
They
you
can't.
guys, we should. They can bring the A game. Actually, no, the A and the B
No,
game.
it doesn't A game, right? It's only
B game. Oh no.
B game. Bring your B game.
Anyway, December 15th, Movie Jabba Expo. Please come through. We shall have a throwdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are prepared for massacre. You know, just come
Yes.
with mops because there will be blood.
The
And
D game
tears.
I
will
was
be up.
expecting tears, but I was
below average.
blood's fine.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, Jake.
Blood's your bird.
The D game will
What?
be below average.
The D game will be.
That's from him, though. Anyway, let me wrap this up.
Yes. Thank you guys for
What are
watching.
we watching?
This concludes our issues.
Oh yeah, before we conclude, what have you guys been watching? Recommendations?
I'm watching Gun Gale Online. I'm in episode 4. Yeah.
Watch Logan. It's great. If you haven't seen it.
I'm rewatching Evangelion. I'm always rewatching Evangelion.
That's a good one. Yeah. You.
Small food.
Is that it?
But I'm on some documentaries vibe. I'll come tell you about them.
Well, I would suggest Code Geass in preparation.
Still?
Yeah, because preparation for the third movie.
Okay.
Third.
Oh,
Season.
so someone did tell me to say this if I can. Sean, I know you're watching Smallville. All of them. I don't know why, but okay.
Why are you watching
Good job. He's in season 6.
Whoa.
Okay.
Smallville is good, guys.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
Smallville is.
I don't
Yes.
think it aged well.
it didn't age well.
No,
I'll
but
put it
come on,
that
that
way.
next
But I
was,
watched.
Content for next week,
Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
content
that's-
next week, yes,
that's
yes,
a
yes.
good-
Yes, let us wrap
Let's-
it
What
up.
have you
Yeah.
been watching, baby? You haven't
Yeah.
told us.
Oh, since
Don't say people, by the way, because that's weird.
actually, there's a series called People Watching on YouTube. You should watch it.
I've been
Oh, that's a
watching
lot
it.
of
You've been watching it, yeah.
People
That's what
watching
I've been
people.
watching.
Okay.
Slap.
People watching people, yeah, people watching. It's amazing, hilarious. And I'm going back to rewatch Harry Potter because of the recent movie. Just-
It's always a bit unfortunate when they
He's
draw the
got a
curtains. and
feeling.
people-
Man!
Yeah. Alright then.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching.
maybe-
This has been WompRantz.
Introduce her
Yes,
for being a guest.
That
and
was
stuff.
Sujay from.
Spoilers and fandom.
This is Shane from.
Tsunami Studios.
This is Jesse from.
Jesse Chan.
Jesse from the Black.
That is Jake from.
Geeks Speak.
And.
Zahid from BTL, Between the Lines Bookshop.
Yes.
And I am Jan from Geeks Speak as well. Thank you. See you guys next week.
See you guys
Remember
next
to hit
week.
that subscribe button and bell button to be notified every time we premiere a show. I've been watching last week's episode on YouTube right now, so yeah. Inception.
Thank you.
Ah.
Show within within the matrix.
A show within a show. Anyway, bye guys.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Yeah, nice.
Could you do this? Nah.
Yeah,
Everyone,
can we just
everyone,
edit, can we
just
edit
down
out?
thumb.
Yeah, we don't need that part.
Right now.
Are we just gonna remove all my awkward bits?
No.
It's literally uncut.
No.
Which, trust me when I say this, when you watch it, you gotta go look at yourself. Go,
Oh, I'm not gonna
Every
watch
single
it.
time.
You're like,
I'm not
I
gonna
should have
watch
talked more.
If I'm
Or-
being
I should have
honest.
talked
I
less.
should have talked less.
Oh, I shouldn't have said this. Oh, I should say this.
I should have come prepared.
But no.
Like in the last episode, where all you could hear was Jan scratching himself. It just.
What?
Which episode was it? The Batman one?
Yeah,
I hope not.
It was weird. It was just making some weird sounds.
Oh, the
behind
Batawang
camera.
one. The Batawang.
The Batawang.
The Batawang.
Actually, I'm watching it right now.
You're watching the Batawang?
Yeah, the Batawang.
Why are you watching
I
Batawang?
wanna see it.
Because the Batawang has premiered.
Oh, I thought
okay.
you meant. I wasn't talking about the episode. I was like, all this time you just had the Batawang on your phone.
He just has a screen,
Oh,
just a screenshot of
I
it.
have it saved as a screensaver.
Yes.
And we're done.
Because the Batawang can.
I did like this.
Why did you buy it?
That's a Ren and
Where?
Stimpy
Nah,
thing
you
that
have
no
to
one is
finish.
gonna get.
You
I
have
didn't, you
I've only
didn't talk
taken
much.
like-
Why? Jake should have thrown you.
No,
So
I
many
was
years.
literally just dying of anxiety the whole time. I didn't come prepared for this.
No?
Check them out. They're ridiculously funny.
Why you
Yeah.
laughing?
Some of
It's
them
not
Norwegian
funny.
guys.
You
It
don't
is.
understand.
It will show on camera. That's why I'm laughing.